what pick would you redo from the Patriots draft?
Ooh.
I don't know if it would be so much of a redo, but I think that there's definitely some second guessing when it comes to the Jaden Polk pick. Like just the reports that we're hearing right now about, they really tried to get back into the first round and they couldn't. And what I think it was Mike Reese who had it first. There was a few reports that said a lot of that was for Xavier Legette and, for a receiver, whether it was Legette or whether it was Keon Coleman. And I think that's like, I think that would probably be the thing I would redo because it was kind of funny. Like, Elliot Wolf, right after they drafted Jalen Polk, Elliot Wolf comes out and he says, yep, Jalen Polk was always the pick at 34. That's why we traded back to 37, which on the surface, that sounds great. But like, who was the pick at 31 or 30 or 32? Was that Jalen Polk or was that Legette? And I think that was, that's probably a fair second guess, especially now seeing those reports kind of surface.
Sean, we need you to settle a debate that we have here. It's not going to shock you that George and I disagree on something, right? But so
me and George disagree quite a bit too.
So maybe you'll be on my side. Let's see. So I'm saying this defense is ready to win now. I'm going to go ahead and give Drake Maye the benefit of the doubt that at least he could keep the status quo defensively. We cannot have a step back defensively with a defensive-minded rookie head coach. So I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt that he's at least going to keep them status quo, stand pat where they're at, right? The offense can't statistically get any damn worse. So my thing is, I say Drake Maye sooner rather than later. Get him in there. If he can make something happen dynamic play-wise, which we know he's dual threat, you got a shot here at a wild card possibly. George does not believe that. George says punt on this season, develop the kid, let Jacoby go out, play Drake late in the season, see what you got. Settle this debate once and for all because we're going to do this all off season no matter what you say anyways. But I just want to know if you're on my side. Are you Kendrick or Drake? Where are you at? Come on, Sean. Settle this.
There's not many things that I'm going to agree with George on, but I think this might be one of them. Oh! And I think the big difference is that you just talked about sneaking into a wild card. I think that is somewhat crazy talk. Oh! I think that they're going to be, 5 win, 6 win, maybe. Playoffs are just not going to be a thing. And I personally just don't think you rush it. I don't even know. I'll be honest. I don't even know exactly what that means. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's kind of more of like a feel thing. And if you go into the season and, these 2 players that you're hoping are good at left tackle, they're not good at left tackle, I would not throw a kid that's developing and, all that sort of thing. I wouldn't throw him in. I would kind of let the veteran do, take the bumps more or less. And it's funny. You hear quite a bit about people saying that short-term, long-term isn't necessarily better. And I do think I agree with that. I was actually just on the phone with Clyde Christensen, who I don't know if you guys have heard the name, but he worked with Tom Brady in Tampa, and he was actually at North Carolina last year working with Drake. And he was relaying a message from Peyton Manning, of all people, who he also worked with. And, Peyton was saying how you can't learn unless you're playing and unless you're kind of getting the live shots and all that sort of thing. Which, again, I do understand. I just think that there are so many questions when it comes to that right now that I don't know if it would be improving just to throw him in and, so he is seeing all the live action.
I'm not going to take a victory lap, Trav. What do you have to say to that?
That's devastating loss for me.
Hey, I'll say this is a quick answer, Sean, because I'll find 2 things we agree on. Best conference in college basketball.
Yeah, that's the biggies. That's
all right. Cool. So we found 2 things. No, but I agree. The way you laid it out to me is like, don't overdo it. Don't mess it up. If they drafted a good left tackle and someone in the second round they could have gotten, or they could have traded back and still keep getting him. And Kingsley Suamataia, to me, that's a draft pick I would redo because the Chiefs went out and got him. So that for me goes, all right, validates. I saw this kid out of BYU, thought he was good. Yes, he would have to develop a little, but that's a left tackle. That is a surefire left tackle to protect your surefire franchise quarterback, what could be. Then I would have been fine with it. But I just don't know what they're going to have on that side. This will be a run-heavy offense nonetheless. I want Drake Maye to go in at some point this season watch and get live action bullets, but I just don't know offensive line what you're getting. I did like the Jalen Polk draft pick though, because to me it's a reliable receiver, but I understand too, you're going like Xavier Legette's ceiling is AJ Brown, where Jalen Polk's ceiling is Jacoby Myers, which you'd live with, but you don't love.